Hello, today for review I've got a really interesting digital to analog converter with headphone amplifier combo. It's made by Yulong and its name is DAART Aquila. As if you aware about Yulong company and their recent lineup of products, in the DAART lineup they are gathering affordable models with high quality to price ratio. They've released DAART Canary, really good affordable model with price about $250 or so. I've made review some time ago. I will add links to this video description. And actually for quite a long time I'm a big fan of Yulong products. I was the owner of their DA8 digital to analog converter with headphone amplifier combo. I've used their separate headphone amplifier A28 with that combo. Then I've switched to their DA9. I've made reviews, and DA9 is also really great digital to analog converter and headphone amplifier combo, and they've improved headphone amplifier section in DA9, so there is no need now in separate headphone amplifier. DA9 is really great offer from the Yulong, and its price $1,300 approximately. If you are looking for some probably not most high-end but higher-end combo desktop, I suggest you to have a closer look at DA9. I've made a review too. I will also put links into description, but recently Yulong decided to make similar device with more affordable price, so they created DAART Aquila. Actually it's really close to DA9, but it's $500 less expensive, so its price is $800 now, and but actually it's really close to DA9, so I can say in advance that it is a really nice offer for this price, so probably it has even a bit better price to quality ratio. Actually, of course, DA9 is better, but the difference isn't that big, because they are using the same schematics, they are using all their signature solutions, so it also uses AK4497 as digital to analog converter, but amplification is done not via discrete elements but with OPA op-amps. But and also they reduced power a little bit, but actually it's still really powerful device. If I remember figures right, for the 32 ohms load it can output 1 watt from single-ended output and 1.5 watts from balanced output. So it's still powerful device, not as powerful as DA9, but still on more powerful side. So let's have a closer look. I'll try to show it to you and to describe the main difference with DA9. Package of DAART Aquila is relatively simple. It's plain recycled cardboard with foam inserts inside. It's pretty big, so I'll skip the part where I open the box and pull everything out. So here is DAART Aquila itself. Inside you will also have a warranty card, manual, pretty good solid power cable, and also nice USB cable. So as you can see, accessory set contains all necessary things that you will need to get it up and running. So let's move now to design and build quality. By the size, it has the same size as DA9 absolutely, and case is built of metal, and actually they don't cut the costs on metal. It's really heavy. It's if I remember right, about 5 kilograms. I can be a bit wrong, but actually I don't think it really matters. So it's really heavy, so it will stand on your desktop really solidly without chances accidentally drop it. So on the front panel there is screen. I will turn it on and show it to you. It's monochrome, but actually it's pretty nice. It's 6.3mm headphone output. It's 4-pin XLR balanced output and volume controls. Sorry, it's train again. So you can rotate it. It has encoder inside, and you can press it. So I will show what Wi-Fi you will need it. On the bottom there are fits with silicone dots on them, so it can stand on the desktop solidly. And on the back side there are all the necessary inputs, so you will have USB in, IS, EBU probably, if I pronounced it correctly, optical and coaxial inputs, and you will have analog outputs, so single-ended RCA and double 3-pin XLR for the balanced output, so you can use it as pure digital to analog converter. Also here is on-off switch, power socket, and also voltage switch, so be sure to check it has a correct position for your country. So as you can see, build quality is really nice. It has all necessary inputs, outputs, so pretty universal device. As for frequencies, from the USB it supports DSD up to DSD 256 if I remember right, and highest resolution 384 kHz, 32 bits, and also he supports DSD over PCM and so on and so forth. So all modern resolutions you will be able to listen with it. So let's talk a bit more about the controls. Actually, I like the controls in this version even more than in DA9. First of all, as you can see, screen is brighter. Maybe in some dark room it won't be, it's not as good as darker screens of DA9, but actually it's more readable under the bright light. And another improvement, actually, it's the controls. For the DA9 you should use different presses, short press, longer press, even more longer press, and so on. So Yulong decided to change that, and for the DAART Aquila they've introduced pretty logical controls. So via the clicks you can select different parts of menu. Let's say this is a menu, and just rotate to change it. So for example, here is inputs, IS, USB, coaxial, optical, USB. So when there is a signal here, instead of no log, you will see the signal resolution. It supports 3 digital filters: sharp, slow, and super slow. If I remember right, AK that used here have 5 filters, but they've implemented 3. But I'd say that it's enough, and it's the 3 most different filters available for this digital to analog converter. And another great feature that is present in DA9, and Yulong ported this feature to this more affordable model, it is different sound signatures. There are 3 sound signatures you can select between. Sound 1 is natural, sound 2 is a bit V-shaped with slight accents on the lows and on the treble, and sound 3 is with accent on the mids. And here you can also select head amp, or you can select pure digital to analog converter mode. If you don't need a headphone amplifier, it will be turned off. So let's head amplifier, pure digital to analog converter, and preamplifier. So you can select whatever you will need. So here also you can see here current volume. So controls are really nice. Encoder rotates with perfectly distinguished clicks. There is one click, one change. So it's they're using very high quality encoder for these controls. So everything is done really nicely. Here you can always see signal resolution and all the necessary things. So in terms of control, I think it's even better, as I've said, than more expensive DA9. Speaking about the sound, first thing I'd like to mention these 3 sound signatures and filters, so that will allow you to tune sound in pretty wide ranges, but without, you know, without some artificial coloring, because the sound signatures, they are working much. It's not like regular equalizer in players or on the PC or on your source. It works in the analog domain, so it working less distorting signal than equalizer, and they are giving nice emphasis. I often switch this because sometimes I like natural signature. With some rock metal songs I like V-shaped signature, and for example with classical music and with vocal, with jazz, I like mid accented signatures. As for digital filters, I usually like super slow, because, you know, it sounds most natural for me. So, speaking about the sound signature of this, I think I can say, first of all, I should say about the difference. So it's really close to DA9 in terms of resolution, in terms of you know, micro contrast, in terms of control of all over the frequencies. So it's really close. But there is slight difference. I think it's because of different headphone amplification stage, and the discrete elements sound more musical and more emotional. So this one is it's still emotional, of course, but it has less emotions on the mids, and it has, you know, less probably less, a bit less engaging sound. But for $800, it's a really technical device. Lowe's, it has absolutely linear signature, but it's not sound dry, thin like some, let's say, less expensive Audi Hot DX1. Also pretty nice device, but it sounds sometimes too analytical unless you swap op amps there. So this sound more with more body, with more controls. So let's move from lows to treble. Lows are natural, they are pretty fast, not super fast and super dry. They have enough punch, they have good depth, so a bit less than DA9, but still good, and they are well controlled. It has enough power to control almost every headphones, with few exceptions. I think you know the toughest planar magnetic headphones, for example, but 300 ohm dynamic driver isn't a problem for it. So lows have good texturing, really good layering. They are a bit on drier side, but just a little bit. They are moved to the natural and resolving part. Mids are not colored unless you select proper filters, so I'm describing sound on the sound signature one as a default one. Mids are not colored. If you got used to some colored signatures, you can probably use another tuning, or you should select some more colored digital tonal converter. It's pretty critical to the quality of recordings because it requires good, properly recorded and properly mastered things, but it's logical. For the more expensive gear you get, usually the more critical it is. So sound stage is above average both in width and in depth. Probably width is a bit better than depth, but depth is also nice. It has a good layering and it has good instrument separation. Treble is also natural, well extended, with a bit shorter attacks and decays that they should be, but still pretty nice. It has layering, I'd say average layering. I like layering, but DA9 is better here, honestly, but it's still pretty good treble with great extension, airiness, with all the things that you'd like to hear, with all that overtones. It sounds pretty natural, so everything in sound signature is really good. And if you're looking for some really universal device to use on desktop, to use with almost every headphone amplifier, with a lot of driving power, with a lot of options, with a lot of connectivity, and so on and so forth, so I really recommend you to have a closer look at DAART Aquila, because it almost as it's really close to their flagship model, but it's more affordable. But if you're looking for some really high-end price, of course DA9 is another great option for you. Thank you for attention.